Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about the Desi Arnaz Stakes at Del Mar. And this is a stakes race for 2-year-old fillies. It's not a graded stakes race, but there aren't that many races to choose from this weekend. So I'm just going to do it by myself this time. And it's not a very big field either, so I don't know if this will take that long. But the two favorites are obviously going to be Leucothea down here at 4 to 5 and Stellar Sound at 5 to 2. And Leucothea is trained by Peter Miller, and Stellar Sound is trained by Bob Baffert. So those are the two favorites. Leucothea is 4 to 5. Stellar Sound is 5 to 2. That might go lower. Both of them ran in the Del Mar Debutante, and both of them were part of a three-way speed duel. And I thought we'd just watch the race and see what we find. Alright, here's the YouTube replay of the Del Mar Debutante. You see
Vast in the blue colors right there. Stellar Sound joins them on the far side.
I think that's Leucothea on the rail, and that's Inspiressa on the yellow. Okay, Leucothea was on the inside, because Stellar Sound is the gray filly on the outside. Anyways, Leucothea did have a slight lead. Inspiressa was right behind them. Stellar Sound was right there, but you can see it was a speed duel. The three of them are really winging it out there with Bass right behind them. Just to stop it for a second, I know it doesn't look like it on the fractions that they're going fast, but when you see three horses separate from the field like that, and I know Bass is just right behind them, but she's almost part of them, it's pretty much a speed duel. I know what the fractions say, 22:55 is not supposed to be that fast for 7 furlongs, but I'm going to call it a speed duel. But anyways, Leucothea quits on the inside, and Inspiressa tries to keep fighting, but Bass is coming up on the outside, and Stellar Sound now starts to quit here. So Leucothea quits a lot more sharply than Stellar Sound. Stellar Sound is still third at this moment, but she's pretty tired, and Inspiressa is getting tired here too. So Bass wins like by what, 8 lengths? Okay, so Leucothea faded pretty badly. She faded to 8th, which is last, I think. Yeah, last by 29 lengths, and Stellar Sound faded to 5th by 13 and 3/4 lengths. So Stellar Sound didn't fade as badly as Leucothea, but you can argue that Leucothea also did slightly more work because she was on the rail, or she was inside of those two fillies, and she probably took the worst of it. Both of them just got caught up dueling with each other, and I don't know if you can fault them too much for that, especially since it was a grade 1 race, and this is not a graded stakes race, so the fillies that they're facing in here are a lot softer than fillies like Bast and Lazy Daisy. Their main competition consists of Biddy Duke, who faded badly in the turf stakes race last time to 10th by 14 lengths. Biddy Dyke broke her maiden in a maiden claimer, and then she won a starter allowance by 6.5 lengths. I don't think she's in the same league as those two fillies, so we can go down. Spitefulness has some good races, but they're all on synthetic. You see here she broke her maiden at Prescal Downs. She also finished a strong second at Arlington Park. But her dirt races at Ellis Park and Keeneland, she didn't do well in either one of those races, losing by 16 lengths, losing by 21 lengths. So it's fair to be skeptical, although she is cutting back in distance. Roadrunner's Honor is probably the most interesting one out of the other horses. I think she's interesting from a pedigree standpoint, although her maiden win wasn't that fast. She broke her maiden at Santa Anita, and she ran down the pace setter Majestic Gigi on a speed bias course, and she only earned an 86 on time form S. And if you want to know how slow that is, Lucothea earned a 109 in her most recent start, and Stellar Sound earned a 96 just for fading to 5th in the Delmar Debutante. But there's some things to note about Roadrunner's Honor, even though she ran slow in her first start. This is a very good pedigree. Honor code out of Wild Idol, and Wild Idol, I'm going to show people right here. Try to zoom in. Here we go. Wild Idol is a daughter of Storm Song. And Storm Song, if you were following racing back then, was a pretty good horse in 1997 and 1996. You can see here, Storm Song won the Adirondack. She won the Frizette Stakes. She won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies in 1996. Let's see what else. She finished third in the Ashland Stakes. She finished third in the Kentucky Oaks in 1997. She ended her career kind of badly, finishing 7th in the Acorn. But overall, she had a pretty good career, even though it ended kind of abruptly. But I think Roadrunner's Honor is meant to be a good horse. I don't know if that first start indicates it, but I think it's just her first start. She could move forward. She would have to move forward to beat Lucothea and Stellar Sound, but I think she has a future, but we'll see. And of course, Lucothea, like I said, she faded to 8th in the Dublin Debutante, and then she competed in the Chandelier, and she lost her jockey, so crossed that race out. And then she competed in the Anokia. They don't have the names of the stakes races. Anokia Stakes, and she set the pace, and she won by 8.5 lengths. Of course, it wasn't a greatest stakes race, but still, it just shows that she has some talent. And I can't pronounce his name. Orchideas Biz. She broke her maiden on the turf at Santa Anita, but she also lost a maiden claimer like 2 starts ago on this course. So I'm going to guess she's outclassed as well. I don't expect much from her. And back to Stellar Sound, who hasn't had a start since the Delmar Debutante, but she did win on this course in her maiden race. She won by half a length over a filly named Buyer's Remorse, who was third in that race, Matera. Okay, Matera isn't that good, even though she broke her maiden, but again, filly's first start or a colt's first start as a 2-year-old is meant to be a learning experience, and I'm not going to knock her for only earning an 87. As you can see here, I mean, she improved her figure to 96, and Lucothea went from a 81 to a 109. So they're both very good fillies, and I'm going to say either one of them could win this race. I'm not going to say, oh, one's better than the other, even though Stellar Sound might have the advantage because she's on the outside. I'm going to say Stellar Sound will probably win, but I get that Lucothea is also a very talented filly, and she could win too. I don't know, maybe Stellar Sound will stumble out of the break and Lucothea will have an easy lead. That could happen. And I'm going to say Roadrunner's Honor is my third choice. She needs to move forward in order to contend with these. Maybe you can backwheel her in second or third. If you don't know what backwheeling means, it means that you're basically keying a horse in second or keying a horse in third instead of putting them in the win spot. And the reason you do that is because you know the horse is going to fire a good race, but you know the horse isn't good enough to win either. And I think Roadrunner's Honor might be that kind of horse. So those are my thoughts. It's a short field, so there's not much else to talk about. I'm going to go Stellar Sound, Lucothea, and Roadrunner's Honor might get in the mix, second or third. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.